So, most of you probably even forgot that the Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree DLC came out this year, and probably all of you finished it like 5 times already. But no, see, I am a bit slower. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a Shadow of the Erdtree boss tier list. So, the main reason why it took kinda long for me to finish the DLC was that me and my mate Gaius are only playing Souls games together at his place, and since we are grown, responsible and busy adults, it is hard to always agree on the same time. This tier list will include the remembrance bosses with a couple of extra ones, and I will be ranking them in 2 categories, difficulty and likability, creating a final place for them on the tier list. The highest tier is called Perfect, and yeah, the first spot had to be split into 3 parts, but I will explain that later. Next up is Fantastic, followed by Good, Mid, and Disappointment. Let's go differently with this one. The all-knowing wheel is choosing the order of the bosses the whole video. So let's see who is the first on the chopping block. Commander Gaius. First, when I saw this dude running at me at Mach 12 speed, I didn't know what to expect. Definitely the most hated boss from the DLC, and I understand why. His first charge is hard to dodge because you need perfect timing for it. Overall, his moveset is pretty okay, and after a couple of runs, I gave up and started fighting him on Torren, which helped quite a bit. Nearly all of my deaths happened after he hit me with his first attack, because my friend here called Tarnished was unable to f***ing stand up in time, and I got hit again. The arena is not bad. The sound design is copied from a different side boss in the original title. My likability is low with this one, and the difficulty is above average. So honestly, for the first boss on this list, I think I have to put him in mid tier, because I don't see myself putting him anywhere higher than that. Why? Were they really necessary? The bane of my existence! Did Miyazaki like this boss so much he had to put more of them in the game? Anyway, I mean, he is big, he is burning, and that is cool, but I don't like him. His moveset is boring, yet I still died so many times. Waste of space. I wouldn't count him as disappointment, but I cannot count him as a mid boss, right? Mid? Really? Nah, this is my list. Get down, boy. I don't like you. Romina, Saint of the Bud. With this one, I am kinda sad that I didn't even fully experience all of her moves, but after defeating 6 bosses in a row before her, I was probably a bit overleveled and I had the hang of it, so she died on my first run. When it comes to the boss design, I think it was very good. Her moveset was nice and smooth. I think that she is a very overlooked boss fight, but it deserves the credit. I was excited to fight her, but comparing the difficulty and likability, she is a mid-boss fight for this DLC. I think that she needed a couple of more, maybe butterfly explosions or something else, and she would have been a higher tier. I am sure of that. Well, before you unsubscribe, let me explain it to you how I meant that the first spot is shared in 3. The 3 Sentinel is one of my least favorite bosses from the original game, but here, bro, it's not about the boss at all. I fell in love with the arena. Nah, this might be the best looking arena for a side boss I have ever seen. I was fighting them the whole time on my beloved steed, and it just felt right. Having a horse battle in this arena satisfied my heart so much. On my tier list, the boss is very mid, because another copycat, except now it was 2 of them. We know the moveset, we know the difficulty, but in my heart, it's on the highest position for a side boss. So it's going into the highest tier as a side boss of this DLC. Now, the only cool thing about this boss was the arena, which was fucking wonderful for this asshole, and the parallel between how he and Radahn look similar, and the theory of that being the remains of the fallen general, yeah, I know they're not true, they're just cool. Other than that, there is not much that makes this boss interesting. He has a simple yet annoying moveset, and falling for a couple of tries got boring. I don't know, I just feel like this boss was a disappointment, and I respect if you would put him higher. As a matter of fact, leave a comment saying how would you rank him. I will wait. It's okay, I have free time. Okay, if you did comment just now, thank you very much, you're a G. If you didn't, change it. Skadoo, skedaddle, skadoosh, however you pronounce that, this boss was incredible, like for real. I was pissed off and I was fighting him for a while, but I still enjoyed the fuck out of it. The moveset was good, quite repetitive, but overall I think this boss was fantastic. The fact that he had 3 phases excited me even more, because it was a while since I saw a 3-phase boss fight. For some reason, I just really like this boss overall. So for the first fantastic spot on this list, we have the Scadutree Avatar.
Curse you, Bayle!
I ain't gonna lie, it's not the best dragon boss fight in my opinion, but it's a fucking fantastic fight. The difficulty wasn't bad, but the likability, design, soundtrack merged together, created a very memorable experience from the DLC. The moment my mate told me about this boss, I was so excited to fight him, and in the end was very satisfied with how the whole boss fight went. I think fantastic is the right choice for this boss. I know it's arguably even maybe a higher tier, but for me it's fantastic. Fuck you, but damn, finally a worthy opponent. And she really was, fighting the second main boss for 100 tries. I was afraid that I ain't gonna finish the DLC. Her moveset was questionable at points, but damn, I loved it so much. I loved how I had to wait for her 25 hit combo to finish so I can land 1 or 2 hits on her and retreat again. Yes! The visuals are mwah, and it was just wonderful. See, even after hours, I cherish great memories and some hateful ones of course, and I think that this was the second best boss fight in the whole DLC. Both the difficulty and my likability agreed on Rellana being in the fucking top tier. Skip. So, mediocre at best. The moveset is mid, the design is mid, the arena is mid, and I didn't enjoy fighting this chunk of meat, and I don't think it deserves more time in this video. Also, like why the bosses in this DLC are unplayable with a lock on camera. Dude, like where the fuck am I again? Okay, Dancing Lion. I am not the biggest fan of this boss for 3 main reasons. First, I suck ass. Second, where are my frames? Third, where the fuck am I? Still, the boss is cool. Moveset is nicely timed with the music. From the difficulty point of view, I think he is not that hard. Like, yeah, I needed a couple of runs to get into the flow, but it might have been because I didn't play a Souls game since Lies of P. The likability point, I am leaning towards good, and for the first Remembrance boss of the DLC, I think he did the job well. I didn't like the fact that he was later brought back again, but the original was nice, and I think this is a good boss fight.
I'm fast as fuck, boy.
Metyr, the Mother of Fingers, is very well done, and it felt like my nightmares from the Sons of the Forest got even bigger. I don't wanna hate on her, but I think this boss was supposed to be cool, not played well. It is a random mix between, oh cool move, ah shitty move, and I didn't expect a boss to hit me with a goddamn hollow purple. After all, I don't think it's that much of a memorable boss fight, and she is going into the mid tier rightfully. Traveling through the godforsaken woods, through a haunted house while being told to turn the fuck around, and after slaughtering an old man, we got one of the coolest looking boss introduction. Midra, Lord of the Frenzied Flame. It's a very fun fight, but he is missing chaotic elements in his moveset. Listen to the soundtrack, look at the environment. you want something more. I think he was lacking difficulty and was very predictable. On the other hand, the whole experience was amazing and bone-chilling, so overlooking the difficulty, he is a good boss. Radahn is kind of an enigma for me. The fight is good and it definitely made me struggle a lot, making it the most memorable fight when it comes to difficulty. But, and it's a big but, Radahn for me is a disappointment. What? I think he was not the right choice for the final boss of the DLC. This might be a very outrageous take, but am I the only one who thinks this boss looks kinda cheap? If you know what I mean. There are some problems with the hitboxes, damage and timings that make the boss harder than he should have been. The Phase 2 created the most anime looking moveset I saw in a boss fight, and it could have been a very good boss if the moveset belonged to someone else.
Those stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet death. In the embrace of Messmer's flame.
Now, to be fully honest with you, I did not expect to have Radahn and Messmer in the last two choices. And I am so fucking surprised that the Messmer is actually the last on the list. And I have to say, yes, yes, and yes! Now, look me in the eyes. Think about this. Don't you agree that Messmer the Impaler should have been the perfect final boss of the DLC? Bro, just watch the cutscenes, listen to the score, and just take in his design. You know it deep down. And I think that the community would have been more satisfied. Even though he is not more flexible with the amount of different executions of his attacks like Rellana is, he is top notch. I had my fair share of tries with this fella, and I gotta say, he has such a clean moveset, and the Messmer's assault felt like a better waterfall dance. Messmer is my #1 spot as the boss fight of the DLC, and I am glad that I had the chance to fight him. So, this is the final state of my list, and I have to say, I am kinda afraid of the comment section. Go ahead, leave a comment with your list so I can read your thoughts about the boss fights. Sorry for taking longer to upload, but it will have to be like this for a while now. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe to help me grow, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.